This is my road bike, my pride and joy. I love it to bits. I ride it to work, I ride it fairly long distances. It's my favorite road bike I've ever owned. And so, what I'm trying to get at is I love cycling. It's a good way to keep fit, but the weather isn't always perfect. So let me show you something else, something a little bit more stationary that can be used all the time. This, my friends, is a stationary bike from USOL. And you may be wondering, well, hang on, this is a tech channel. What's so techy about this? And it's the same question I asked myself when they reached out to see if I wanted to do an unboxing and overview of this bike. So it does have a screen. It does stream some really cool things to it. So you can exercise and get yourself fit at home during weathers that are inappropriate for cycling, and it has tech inside. So join me for an unboxing and overview of this techie stationary bike from USOL, the G1M Plus. And make sure to like and subscribe. Big thanks to USOL for sending this for an unboxing. Let's get started by rolling the intro. While I unbox it, let me take you through the specifications. The screen size is 21.5 inches at 1080p. It has the wireless screen projection capability for mobile devices, but please note that Android phones require the display-port support capability via USB-C. It weighs around 77.16 pounds, which is 34.9 kilograms. The resistance mechanism is magnetic and has a maximum weight capacity of 265 pounds, which is 120 kilograms. The number of resistance levels is up to 100, and it can support Bluetooth, Wi-Fi 2.4G, which is kind of low, but it's only for real-time data transmission, not anything to do with the screen, which is supported by the following apps: USOL Sports, KinoMap, and Zwift. Of course, everything else is supported in its wireless screen projection via any app that you have on your device. So you may be watching this video because you're looking for a stand-up bike and maybe an alternative to a Peloton. Now, I've used the Peloton for over a week during a trip to Singapore, and that made me really appreciate the quality of the Peloton. However, the price of the bike and the subscription is out of this world. So the alternative is this USOL bike. And so far, after a couple of weeks of using it, I have to admit, it's pretty much on par. So let me walk you through the features and functionality of it really quickly. On here, you've got your pedal with straps, and you can also screw in your own pedals that accommodate your shoes. Then you have the manual knob here to control the resistance, and that is an old school way of doing it. However, it does show up on the digitizer, and if you unplug it, you can still use the bike without this screen, which is really good. We'll get to the screen in a moment. I think it's a really good solution that reduces the amount of cost ongoing you have. Now, the whole build is very sturdy and accommodates most sizes of people. Now, these bikes need to be sturdy, so it is as expected, but at this price point, it is impressive the quality of the build. In the front, we've got water bottle storage and a phone holder. So let's talk about the technology here. We've got two speakers or stereo speakers at the front, a screen that is not high resolution, but it's good enough. And what makes it really interesting is that it allows you to not only show the performance metrics of your current ride on the screen without any connectivity, but it allows you to plug in your phone, either an Android or an iOS device, and stream to the screen the actual content you want. So if you've got Apple Fitness, you can connect it up to here and show that content on there and ride your bike. You don't have to use USOL's app and their activities to do the exercises, which means it is so much more open than a Peloton. Now, the screen is mobile. It can rotate left and right and a little bit up and down, which is interesting because most Peloton bikes come with a locked-in screen, and it is a other upgrade to get the one that moves side to side, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I want to highlight a couple of other things that most budget bikes don't have, and that is a pin release here and a screw tab to tighten any one of these adjustment points. Now, for those people who have kids at home, you can use the screen to stream maybe some TV shows for them while you do some exercises, but more importantly, these areas here that have the chain are completely secure and those little fingers can't get inside to get damaged or hurt. So quickly on the construction quality, when putting this bike together, I found no particular issues where screws didn't match or anything like that, or something was out of alignment. Everything fit in really, really well. So for around 1,400 Australian dollars, you're looking at a very solid alternative to a Peloton bike that doesn't require any further subscription. I mean, ultimately, you could just put one like this in front of a TV screen, but you wouldn't have all the metrics overlaid on top of whatever you're streaming to the screen. So this is a great solution to put outside or in the patio or in a dedicated gym room where there's no TV. So after using it for a couple of weeks, the idea here is that for someone like me who works from home and only goes into the office once a week these days, which is the day I ride my road bike, it means that I can still ride something at home without getting prepared, changed, and going out onto the streets. This means I can put in a 30 to 45 to an hour session in the morning and save time in between and get a little bit of exercise done. So for a health benefit, this is kind of the best of both worlds. You get to do this anytime you want. You can put content on the screen to consume media. Maybe you want to watch a movie or even stream a webinar that you'd be doing at home anywhere. You can do it through this because of its flexibility. Now, of course, I'm not going to really talk about the specifics of health, but if you match this with a good diet and plenty of exercise, you will be able to potentially lose weight if that's your goal. Now, Usol's app does include goal settings, and they'll tailor the exercises you need to do on the bike to achieve those goals. But if you are there just to ride a bike like me, where you don't get time to ride it elsewhere and you get maybe 30 minutes at home that you can set a very high resistance to achieve a big workout, then this is a great solution for it. Now, what about the negatives? Well, I haven't really found any negatives apart from the fact that the screen is a little bit flimsy. So as long as you don't damage it, I think you'll be okay. Other than that, the quality of the build has been impressive, and the fact that you can put your own pedals in has given me some ideas on how I want to use this bike further to maintain that road bike aesthetic that I already get from my road bike in what I would call real street life. So friends, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to check the links out to Usol, and big thanks to them for sending the bike for overview. It was not a sponsored video, so all my thoughts are my own opinions. And make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in another one. Bye!